Hey guys, welcome to another SaaS landing page teardown. Today we have Call.com, which seems to be a very popular company at this point. They've been really well ranked on product hunts. They had some cool interviews with Nathan Lacta recently as well, where they raised a bunch of money. And they overall have been hearing about this company left and right. Especially because they're trying to take on a market that seems pretty well established, and they're seeming like a very good competitor, right? So essentially, I'm going through their page, and honestly, I like this video. Basically, what it says what it does in a bunch of different languages, but they could have just shown what kind of languages they support. The problem with this is they still have the horizontal positioning, right? So that means they're targeting every niche. And normally competitors of Calendly, they try to target one specific niche, or they try to target a different way of booking or something like that. But it's usually easier to just target, to be like the Calendly for a specific niche and have a more detailed scheduling features just for that niche in particular. What they're doing is they're being horizontal, which is a little bit more challenging. But when it comes to explaining on the home pages, it's very similar, right? So you just say they connect your calendars, you set your availability, you create your events, and all these things. So these are all things that Calendly can do, or similar competitors can do, that they're also showing, right? So we're just showing the features that everyone else can do. Maybe the round robin scheduling, where you can have several people in the team kind of schedule. Maybe that's something that Calendly can do. I actually haven't checked, but that could be like a USP as well. They do have this part where it says compare with scheduling apps and stuff like that. But from the impression that I got from the interview that I've seen, from this page that I've seen as well, which comparison pages might work really well for this type of for this type of product, right? Where you might be trying to steal customers from another company, or just they're shopping around for which tool might work for them the best. And what I've seen that people are talking about that makes them choose Call.com versus anything else. And I've checked Twitter, I've checked the interview and all these things. Basically, it boils down to exactly what they're saying here. Being an open source alternative, you can host it in your own servers. You can host it with your domain. You can have your own branding. You can do a lot of those things that make it feel like it's your scheduling tool, and that's why people are using it. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think you can also use it within your own software, as a scheduling with the API or something. They can add it to your software as well. I'm not totally sure about this, but this is what I could find because the page just wasn't clear enough, right? So they're trying to take on this very competitive markets, but they have messaging that is very similar to everyone else, right? What they need to do is they just need to double down on why people are choosing them versus anyone else. That they're choosing them because they're open source, they can self-host and all these things. I also checked Twitter on how they're doing this, and actually have seen, this might be a little bit hard for me to find right now, but essentially I've seen that they're growing a huge popularity on GitHub, where people are just playing around with a tool with an open source version, not with the website directly. And that's how they've been getting more and more popular, because other tools are not as open to being changed because they're not open source. So that's how it's been getting a lot of popularity, and that's why a lot of people are switching over. So it seems like it's more word of mouth than it is the website and optimizing for this stuff. But like I said before, they can maximize really that word of mouth when people start hearing about Call.com by just showing all these benefits that others can't, right? Especially if people are not developers, like people in the team, because usually people that buy this, if they want to buy it to the entire team, they're not going to be developers buying this stuff, right? The developer might suggest, hey, I think this tool is great, this is why you should buy it, and so on. But if you want to get the entire team on board and getting as many users bought in as possible, which is how you make the most money, you really need to have a message that everyone in the team sees, hey, this is way better than what we're using now, and therefore it's worth switching over. Especially also show how easy it is to switch over, because it's a simple tool. If you switch over your scheduling rules, then it should be good to go, right? So that's what I should say for this teardown. I think they have a few missed opportunities, but I think at some point they're gonna get there, right? So if you're interested in seeing how this might apply to you, just go to cortez.design/apply. and you can book a free introduction call here. Basically what it is we click this button, go to courses.design/apply. What we'll do is we'll start off with a 15-20 minute chat first, kind of figure out if I can help you in the first place, what are some of the opportunities you have, if we might be a good fit, and so on and so forth, because I do have a specific set of people that I can really help and others that I can't help as much. Maybe it's because they're a little bit earlier on, or they get customers mostly with outbound, that sort of thing. So feel free to book a call and figure out from there how I can help you. And in case we're a good fit, we just book another call to figure out the how, right? So what are the opportunities you want to go for? What does the process look like? All those things, right? So let's start off with that intro call first. DM me if you have any questions about it as well. And yeah, looking forward to jumping on a call with you, and hopefully enjoy this teardown. Cheers.